Best things to incorporate into your home when it comes to decor is touches of natural elements. Even if it's faux, it could be sticks and branches, faux flowers, but that's immediately going to add the texture, the depth and dimension that you're looking for, and that life to your space. Well, Home Reflections, as one of our go-to design and decor brands, but gives us pieces that are really affordable, easy to use. This is a 22-inch decorative tabletop blossom tree. Oh, plays into the world of those beautiful spring cherry blossoms, but you will have them all year. Under $30. It does come in what's called like the starter pot, but you can easily put it in any vessel. It could be a great little vase. It could be a repurposed candle holder, you know, or candle vessel. After you've already burnt the candle, you plop this right in, a little basket. But what you're really getting is the look of those beautiful blooms. So Carrie Laughlin is back with us, helping us decorate our space. Carrie's been on all the big talk shows. She's been on HGTV, big design shows, those special edition design shows. Carrie is one of the decorators on those as well. So it's always good to see Carrie in our show. All right, Carrie, so what do you
say, Allie?
You like my hat?
I like your hat. You're making me feel like I'm ready for spring. And also, you know all of the touching points of design. Every time I'm on with you, I'm like, you know, like stuff about everything. You're always very impressive.
Well, while the rest of my peers were watching Saturday morning cartoons, I was watching HGTV. So
yeah, okay,
there's
perfect.
that.
I was like, I think we need her on our team, you guys.
What do you love about this piece from Home Reflections?
So first of all, I personally, on a personal note, use this in my home, in my son's room, because I had a plant that had seen better days. He had this little shelf, and I wanted to soften up the space, which is often why we are adding real life to our home, giving it that beauty, that outside in. But for me, I love it because I'm actually using it in my home. It softens up the space, and I love the organic design of this. When we are talking about a faux plant, I don't ever want to see a faux plant where all of the blooms are blooming, because that's not what happens in nature. As you go through this, you see that we have moments that are just, you know, the twig, and then we have full blossoms.
Like
we have blossoms that we have those little buds, and they are, if you've ever been to like, it's in Brooklyn, I believe, that my husband and I went, and I'm losing the name of it, but what is it called when there's like a lot of plants together, Allie? And it's like a museum of plants. Why am I? An
arboretum?
Kind of like that. I'm missing the name. It'll come to me by the end.
A greenhouse?
I'm like, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. But anyway, they had all of these really beautiful cherry blossom trees. And when I was looking at them, I was like, this is a moment where you want to have them in your house or outside in your yard. And you can with this. You can have that beauty of the springtime year round. And it also has a little bit of a bonsai look to it. So it's really, really unique when the way that it's sculpted as well.
If you've been frustrated with faux plants before, it's exactly what Carrie talked about. They're too perfect. They don't feel real. The base being a little like sideways grown like that bonsai tree, the blooms being all in different stages, really gives this decorative tabletop blossom tree that special touch. It's under $30. You know, if your house feels a little bare and boring, if you don't have natural green touches or the look of natural in each room, this is the perfect piece. I love that you just popped it right inside of a basket.
Yes, so this is the basket that had the plant that didn't make it out. You can see the dirt is still in there. Okay, you got to work smarter, not harder. And when this came in, my son and I were like, oh my God, this is perfect. We want to have this out. So we set this right up on his shelf. It's something that softens the space. Like even looking behind you where you are in the studio right now, you have that kind of dresser console behind you that has the wooden logs. And as I'm sitting here, I'm like, cutting the corner with this beautiful, beautiful blossom tree. And because it does kind of have that little bit of a natural organic curve, it really brings a beautiful, unique shape. And I'm going to step to the side.
Here. I'll pretend to put
it. Exactly. But when I step to the side, let me move him in, you can really see the beauty. And these are all malleable as well. So if you want to, you know, make it stand a little bit further up or bend it down on one side, all your branches are going to be malleable. But I mean, take this away. That's like the most beautiful picture ever right there.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It is, and it just softens. You see behind me, I have hard on hard. I did put a basket up on the wall to soften it, but Most of our home is wood and corners, so anything we can do to give it that little bit of a soft feeling and a little bit more of an organic feeling, it's going to,
Right.
those touches that we talked about earlier with the mushrooms, it really brings in your personality.
Oh, and what if you tucked your sweet little mushrooms
I know I was going to grab mine right now too.
next to your little flowering
Yeah.
tree for just
And I'll
that
take
little
mine out of the,
spring moment? Yeah, and then put this in a vessel of your choice. It could be a basket.
yes.
But you know, Carrie, I love indoor plants. We have quite a few in our house. The problem is where they thrive in my home because of sunlight isn't always the most practical place to plant them or place them, I should say, right? So
Yes.
sometimes it feels like, oh gosh, well, they can all be in this room. This is how you can bring the greenery into some rooms where you don't get enough light for an indoor plant. Under $30, H482577 is gonna be your item number. Ooh, be still.